Day 72, departing the Yerbash. A very pleasant stay last night. Fine and bright today. Heading to Sinop this afternoon. Samsun tomorrow night. And then it's only another 500k to the Georgia border. Sinop marks the end of this long, very hilly Black Sea stretch. I think it should get a little bit flatter after this, and quite looking forward to it. This morning has been literally like this, up, down, brutal. Lovely day though. I've not yet been tempted for a dip in the Black Sea, but this is looking very nice. My lead out man appeared at the optimum moment to deliver a few EWATs to get me into Sinop. Another big milestone on the trip, absolutely stunning. This was a big objective coming out of Istanbul about 9-10 days ago, and have really got through the tough section of Turkey, I think, and should be relatively plain sailing towards Georgia. Some contrast between yesterday and today. Oh, rating little dip. Actually not too bad at all. We're now out in the sunshine. Perfect. I thought no trip to Sinop was complete without a lap round the point. That's looking sort of northwest to the most northerly point on the Black Sea coast. I'm panning around towards the north, across to Romania, Moldova, Ukraine, and then due north over across to Crimea, and panning around to the northeast, Russia, and somewhere in the distance, Georgia. Looking down to Sinop, and today and tomorrow's journey east onward towards Samsun. Sinop disappearing, and these are the roads I'm on for the next, until Georgia really. In quite a bad mood this afternoon, can't quite figure out why. I think I haven't eaten enough. I think now that I've booked my flight and the end is sort of tangible, reaching Tbilisi is sort of I can imagine it happening now. I feel quite impatient just to get on and get there, I think. One concern I do have is the free hub, the mechanism that engages with the back wheel to drive it, and I've had it in the past where they just give up and they don't engage, thus the watts cannot be transmitted to the road. And this one has missed a beat a couple of times now, and you don't really get much warning, so it might be any day now that it just gives up. Day 73 today in Gezi, a few kilometres down from last night's campsite, which was very good location wise, but had a lot of dogs coming at me barking quite a few times. I had to poke my head out the tent and threaten one at one stage who just would not leave me alone, right by my head, barking away. So annoying. Didn't eat and drink enough yesterday and ended up in a bit of a foul mood, and I'm still recovering from that, I think, actually. It's just hard to find stuff that I want to eat. There's It's the same old sort of kofta, some meat stuff, cake shops, bread shops, and then in the evening you might find somewhere that's got like a few sort of big pots of meaty things or moussaka, which is quite good, but oh, it's hard work trying to find something I actually want to eat these days. And I'm getting a bit tired of just not being able to communicate with anybody. There's just no common language at all, and it's just a bit wearing after, what's it been, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that in Turkey now. A little bit wetter today, but I've got a tailie, so I can't complain about that. And the forecast actually for the next few days is very good. Massive road and almost nothing on it. I've got a lane to myself here. Definitely some of the best progress I've had through Turkey so far. That tailwind has dropped completely, unfortunately, but still ticking along very nicely. Tailie's back, but I think it's going to bring some very heavy rain very shortly. No pedalling. Whee! Stopped in Bafra for a feed. Couldn't find anything half decent. Ended up in a cake shop or that sort of thing, bakery. Not ideal cows, but cows nonetheless. And pressing on, 40 to Samsun. Good tailie still. Just peeled off the main road, nearing Samsun, and very pleased to see a beachside cycle path heading in the right direction. Really in a bit of a slump today. Can't quite figure out why. I'm not sure what I need tonight. Maybe a hotel, maybe another camp, I don't know. But sat down here with a cup of Earl Grey, and that is going to improve matters, no doubt. Immediately started raining as I sat down, and the cycle path lasted probably about 1 kilometre, and then has turned into a cobbled street. Not normally a Starbucks kind of guy, but saw one on the way into Samsun and feeling significantly better after an Americano venti, and dried off a little bit. The rain's eased and plenty more KMs to play for today. It's only about 4:30 and keen to maximise use of this daily. Diddly do. Mountain cycle path. Departing Samsun, benighted. Not ideal. Yeah. Well, tonight has been a complete and utter debacle, ongoing. I've been cycling around some little outskirt of Samsun for about half an hour, trying to find somewhere to stay. Couldn't find anywhere, asked a couple of people, didn't really get anywhere. Eventually got bundled on some minibus and dropped off, well, around here, where allegedly there's a hotel, but can't find it. But I'm really tired, I'm really hungry, I'm pretty sick of being on a bike. A little bit over it just now. It's taken me well over an hour of faffing about in the town, being bussed around, biking around in circles, and I've ended up in the airport hotel. 400 lira fine. Absolutely knackered. I'm going to drink lots of tea and eat an orange, and then I need to go out and have a huge feed. Huge feed. Day 74 and a fine one. And looking east, and actually this is my route out of Samsun, and the road's going to look pretty much like that all the way until Georgia. Well, the road's not actually too bad. Sun's out, it's dry. Have got the wind coming in my face today, unfortunately. Not as lucky as yesterday, but great for pounding out the kilometres. Ordu in the distance. Just veered off the main road to pick up this lovely little beachside lane. I'd like to see a few kites up here really, it'd be absolutely perfect for the foil today, but there's nobody around, presumably because it's the off season, and got the place to myself. Oh, it's bumpy. Made it to Unyi and looking east, and look, in the far distance there is a peninsula that the main road bypasses that I'm planning to circumnavigado tomorrow. Cracking little waterside feed just now, and pressing on towards a place called Fatsa, and if I can peel off the main road before it gets dark onto the peninsula and find a camping spot, then I'll be a happy man. I think I've come through my slump that I had for the last couple of days since Sinop. I think all that was needed was actually a couple of big feeds and a good sleep and some decent progress and some sunny weather, and feeling good again. More my kind of touring. Not a good time to be passing through Fatsa. Definitely the most lung damage sustained so far on this trip, and very happy to be off the main road at 5:30 now, and benighment looking all but certain. So I'm going to carry on to a place called Yazike, and need to get some water anyway, see if I can hustle for a camp spot somewhere by the beach maybe. Turkey has been really testing on the camping / accommodation front. I've asked 2 or 3 different people, and apparently there's some sort of dedicated camping area, but either their distances are completely out, or I've missed it, or it doesn't exist. And I've asked 4 people now, and I've got absolutely no closer to popping the tent up, so I'm just going to head back to a petrol station and ask in there. I've read good things online about petrol stations and camping, and for some reason I still have in mind that I'm going to get somehow lucky tonight. I don't know why, but well, came good as predicted. Asked in here, and the good man said I can doss in a room just across the road. I believe the good man is just off across to the cafe to knock up a bit of dinner. His pleasure. Oh dear. Oh, get in there.